This is SuperYacht News. In association with Go Earth, navigating boat buyers to better deals.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Sicily. We're going to do an update on the salvage of the Bayesian hull towards the end of the video. We've had a lot of questions. What's happened to the live feed? Is there going to be a live feed moving forward? Why are we doing a live feed? There are lots of questions. We're going to try to answer all of those questions for you towards the end. First of all, we're going to go to Florida. Quite a dramatic scenes in Florida. A few days ago, a Russian national stole a yacht, a $2.5 million yacht, and he was chased by the police, who eventually rammed the yacht into a very narrow area, and they rammed him straight into the side. It was in Martin County waterways. If you know, you know, I guess. The police, they were kitted out like they were going into Afghanistan or something. I've never seen police so heavily armed, but they boarded the vessel after firing tear gas into the vessel and then arrested the man on board. Now, the damage caused by them ramming that yacht is estimated to be around $200,000. I'll show you the video as I talk. The arrested man is also believed to have allegedly stolen another yacht or another vessel just a few days earlier. So yeah, top bloke there. But yeah, absolutely incredible. And the fact that the police had to use tear gas to get him out, it's kind of an unusual crime, right? Stealing a yacht, not the easiest thing to steal, I would imagine. All right, we'll move on. Another dramatic rescue. The story that was sent to me, they said that they were bloggers. I don't think people still blog. I think they mean they were vloggers. Australian bloggers, along with 3 dogs and another couple, were rescued from the disabled Catamaran in the South Pacific on the 15th of May. They were actually rescued by a cruise ship. The Carnival Splendor responded to the distress call by the Maritime Rescue Coordination Centre. So if you're wondering, it is a requirement for any ship to respond. Whichever ship happens to be closest to the area has a duty to respond. So it's not like they're like, hey, well done for responding. They have to do it. It's a requirement. The Carnival Splendor, based in Sydney in Australia, they diverted and headed to the Catamaran. There were, like I said, there were 4 people and 3 dogs on board. And the Carnival Splendor had 3,300 guests, which must have been quite interesting for them, right? Because they have to divert from where they're going, but at the same time they get to be involved in this rescue. It's quite an interesting story. Obviously, footage. They are vloggers, so they vlogged their rescue, and they were also vlogged on board. They also vlogged on board the cruise ship. Now, if you're going to get rescued at sea, nothing better than a cruise ship to rescue you, right? Because they've got all the gear, they've got spare cabins, they've got the clothes, the laundry, everything, food, So yeah, if you're going to get rescued by a cruise ship. That's what I say. Apparently the dogs got offloaded at the next port, but the vloggers stayed on board. So that I'm sure the Carnival will love this, because it's good press for them. But the fact that they did the right thing, but the vessel's engine failed. They'd done a trip around Australia, and they were heading to Fiji, and then they lost their engine, and then the mast snapped on the ship, so they had no sails, no engine. So yeah, they were in a lot of trouble. But good on Carnival Cruises anyway for rescuing those people. All right, so we'll move on. We've got our update of the Bayesian Salvage now. Now, it appears from what we can see that things have slowed, but I'm sure it hasn't. I'm sure that they still appear to be working. I mean, obviously, all the work's going on the seabed right now, right? I guess it looks like it's not as busy because the other platform is not here right now. Now, the one out here now is Hebo Lift 2. This is the one that pulled the anchor out of the water and the boom. And Hebo Lift 10 left a couple of days ago and went to Termini Americe, which is about 11 miles or 17 kilometers southeast from here. And it is a port down there. So they went down there, according to the statement from TMC Marine, which I read out in the last video, they've gone down there to collect specialist equipment to come back to work. But they've been down there a couple of days. It's interesting how impressive how impressively seaworthy that platform appears to be. You know, a big square platform does not look like the best thing to be at sea on, right? But it did come from the Netherlands. It sailed down from the Netherlands to get here to work under its own steam. It wasn't towed or anything like that. You know, it is fully seaworthy. So it would be interesting to see how it looks underneath, because I've never seen any footage of what it looks like underneath. But, you know, from the outside, it's just this big square platform. But anyway, yesterday, the boom, which was rescued and placed on this platform here, was offloaded onto a tug. And that tug then went to Termini Americe. We actually went down there today to Termini Americe, and we got some footage of the platform and the tug in the port there. Now, when they eventually do raise the hull of Bayesian, they're going to pump out the water to make it float, and then they're going to take it to Termini Americe. They're going to take it out of the water and put it into a building of some sort. Now, some questions about that. A lot of questions come up in the comment section about why they're raising the boat. A lot of people saying it's a waste of money, etc., etc. The fact is, the government, the Italian government, ordered that the salvage happen. They sent a wreck removal order to the owner of the vessel, which is the wife of Mike Lynch. She's the owner on paper of the vessel. She owns the company that owned the vessel. So she's obviously sent it off to insurance, and the insurance are paying for the salvage. It's not about glamour or you know, anything else. People saying that people have got too much money, etc. It's a bit like your car is set on fire, and the police tell you you've got to move what's left over, right? It's not about anything other than they want it dealt with. Now, if it sank in 2,000 meters, I don't think this salvage would be going ahead. So, but as it did sink in such a shallow area, and there is such a mystery surrounding the sinking, and they want it moved because it's potentially a danger to other shipping, that's all reasons why it's been salvaged. Also, the wife wants answers to why the boat sank as well. So there's a lot of reasons why the vessel is being raised. With regards to the live stream, quite a number of people asking various different questions about the live stream. First of all, why are we doing a live stream? Well, there's a lot of interest in this, and we are on site, so we figured it's a good idea to do the live stream. We've covered the raising of that boom, placing on the platform, the transfer to the boat and sent to Termini Americe, the raising of the anchor and the chain. Oh, speaking of the anchor and chain, something that somebody mentioned in the comments, which makes perfect sense. It didn't even occur to me, was they said that the anchor that was cut off was clearly the one that was out at the time, right? So they dragged their anchor. There's obviously this big long chain that's come out of the boat, and that's the one that was dragged, right? So they've cut that off and then they've raised it. That's the one that we saw get raised. The other one is obviously still in the anchor pocket, right? And the chain is in the locker. So that's why they haven't removed the second one. It makes perfect sense now that they said it. Never occurred to me at the time. Going back to the live feed, why are we doing a live feed? I've answered that question. Why has the live feed stopped? We've been having some issues with the feed from the beginning. We're not getting any closer to it. We got it working. We had a delay of about an hour on it. Now, the problem with it is the internet here where we are is not brilliant. We've tried various different solutions to get around that. The last time we did a live stream was the day before yesterday, and it just kept crashing out, and we had to restart it, and it crashed out, and it happened about 6 or 7 times, and it's just not good for us to be constantly crashing out and restarting it again. So we said, well, we're going to stop it until we've got a better solution. So that's what we're doing. Once we solve some of these issues, then hopefully we'll get it back online. Some of the people saying, you know, it's very slow and they'd rather just have updates. Well, we're doing updates too. You know, obviously not everything that we post is for everybody, right? So if you don't like the live stream, just don't watch it. It's very clearly marked. It says live stream. It's got the day's date of the live stream, and the thumbnail says live stream. So if you're not into live streams, just ignore it, and then look out for these Super Yacht News videos, and you'll get the update there in a condensed format, right? But there's a lot of people who like it. we've been contacted by a number of people since the feed stopped saying, why is there no feed? You know, yesterday we had people saying, is there a feed today? Today, why is there no feed? You know, what's happened to the feed? So there are people who are interested in it for various different reasons. All right, guys, I'll leave it there. Be sure to check us out on patreon.com. We're doing a lot of videos, almost daily videos now. We did a trip down to Termini America, like I said, we videoed that. We've done videos about us trying to fix this issue that we've got with the internet, buying new equipment. You know, so we're doing a lot of vlog style videos as well on there, plus a lot of informative videos about what's going on here as well in more depth, but they're more relaxed as well. So check us out, patreon.com/gsysman. Now, if you've got any information for us about any of these stories, this story or the other stories, or something that we haven't covered, please be sure to get in touch. You know how to do that. You can get us in the information down here. If you want to send us stuff, send it to with the link, which is in the description of this video as well. You don't need an account. You just click on that link, upload your files, and away you go. Now, if you do send us stuff, be sure to clearly mark the credit. If you don't say you want to be credited, we will just assume that you don't want to be credited. If you do, just say credit, you know, Bob Smith or whatever your name is. But yeah, all right, guys, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.